Hello, everybody, and welcome back after quite a hiatus to Philly Cheese Gaming. For old time's sake, I'm Philip, but you can call me Philly Cheese. Nobody really does, though. And I'm here today with some friends. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. So why don't we'll start there and go around. Introduce yourselves to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go first. This is Joe and Sarah from Pop Culture Geekery. Today I'm playing Joe the Sword Haver.
What's your race and class, Eddie?
My race and class is I am a human soldier. Very old, very grumpy.
Nice. Been around the block.
All right. My name is Mira, and I am a wood elf rogue. I enjoy hiding and stealing things.
Very good.
These are my pastimes.
And like they said there from Pop Culture Geekery, I will link to everybody's channels and socials and whatnot in the doobly-doo down below. So, cool.
Oh, I'll go next. So I am Katrina. I am half of Good Times NB. Actually, he, or maybe it's this way, he is the other half of Good Times NB when he is not on PhillyCheese Gaming. I am. Yeah, I'm more than his friend. I'm his wife. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
That was weird. All right, anyway.
I am also today playing Torin of Ravenfrost. He is a hill dwarf. He is a wizard. He is kind of at his retirement age. So for a dwarf, he is about 150 years old. He retired early. And he's just out for a good adventure.
Awesome. Okay, I guess I'm next. I am playing as Brock in the Bold. I'm from Roy's Toy Box. Do lots of toy photography. Check it out. Forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm an Aasimar Paladin?
Yeah, I think it's Aasimar, something like that.
Okay. And I'm in my prime, apparently. I'm just starting out, learning the ropes here. But, yeah, looking forward to it. First time.
Yeah, we've got some first-time players with us today. So this is my first time running a game like this. So and my first time recording a game. So, hey, we'll see how this goes. We'll probably break it up into multiple episodes, and it'll be a whole thing. So, is everybody ready to begin?
Yes.
All right. Huzzah. All right, well, let's dungeon this dragon. So, our adventure begins today in the city of Waterdeep. Now, Waterdeep is a fairly large as medieval cities go. It's not as big as, say, Neverwinter up to the north, but we'll get to that. You've got all sorts of districts, harbor districts, the merchants, all that kind of stuff. It's a bustling medieval fantasy city. But you find yourselves today at the main offices of Acquisitions Incorporated, the premier adventuring organization in the realms. Your inquiries into internships and franchise opportunities have gone even better than you'd hoped. Ridiculous rumors and talk about how the prospective interns of AC Inc. aren't treated with respect, dignity, or care, or how they die at an alarming rate. You don't believe any of that, so, that's great. So far, everyone here at the head office has treated you with kindness and even a bit of deference. You're shown into an elegant conference room. You're in there amongst some other adventuring types. You're given some fine food and drink, and then one by one, each of you is ushered into a collective conference room. So at this point, just the four of you have been kind of brought in there and separated from everyone else. It's a nicely appointed conference room. There's a fireplace going in one corner. There are 4 chairs in front of a large desk where you've been encouraged to take a seat, but you are now alone in this room. And you find yourselves there with each of you with 3 strangers. I'm assuming you guys have never worked together before. So do any of you introduce yourselves to each other, or let's dungeon this dragon? Tell me what's going on.
Hi everybody, I'm Mira. Is there anything valuable in this room?
Don't answer that question, lest your pockets be empty.
Oh, I love you, young people, and your spirit. It is just great to see us all together doing this. Isn't this great? This is fun, right?
Mira, there are like some fancy pens and things on the desk, and as well as an astrolabe. You know, one of those. It's sort of like a globe that rotates around on itself. It looks to be made out of polished bronze, so it might fetch a coin or two. It would also be conspicuous if it were to go missing from the desk.
I'm so good, so I really wouldn't really stop her. I don't approve, but I'm not going to stop her.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Okay.
Well, I can't help myself. I just thought the only thing I think about when I know there's something valuable was stealing that thing. So, well, I'm going to try to swipe all the things that are valuable on the table.
Okay. You can do that. There's nobody trying to stop you or anything, so I'm not really going to require a roll. But if you want to write it down or type it in or something like that, you now have 3 quill pens, a bottle of black ink, and a bronze astrolabe. There's not much else on the
In other
desk.
words, a pocket full of useless stuff.
Yeah.
No, wait. Okay, 3 quill pens. What did you say? I'm sorry.
A bottle of black ink and a bronze astrolabe or astrolabe. However, I don't know. I'm not a dictionary.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Cool.
You can use the ink to write Roy's will later.
You do see also opposite of the fireplace, there's a large painting that features an elf in plate mail armor with a bald head. There is a wizard with like spiky Chris Angel style black hair and purple robes. He's winking at the painter apparently. There's a red-headed rogue, very dashing, his shirt's half open. Human, and then there is also a blonde woman with curly hair and a big axe over her shoulder. And it just, the thing on the portrait just says founding members.
Can I check to see if I know who these people are?
Sure. Make me a history check.
Okay.
What's
21.
history?
21. So history is going to be just for remembering things that your character would have learned in the past, local legends, things like that. So in this case, Torin, with that role, you know exactly who these people are. The bald elf is Omen Dran, founder and CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. The purple-wearing mage is his best friend, Jim Dark Magic, of the New Hampshire Dark Magics, co-founder. Next to him is Viari, the dashing thief and head of public relations. And then finally the woman is... I'm a good DM and I remember these names. Let's say her name is Beth. Well, sure. Let's say her name is Bethany. She is a paladin. I'm going to get roasted on the internet by anyone who knows what I'm referencing. She is a paladin, and she is actually Omen's girlfriend. So, and actually at this time, the door to the conference room opens, and a very intense-looking, familiar bald elf enters. He's wearing a holy symbol of Timora, the goddess of fortune, and plate armor. And it's. I mean, you can tell from what you know, and you guys recognize him from the painting. But this is Omen Dran, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. And without any kind of introduction, he doesn't even hardly look at you. He just starts speaking. And he says, "Thank you for answering my call so quickly. When we heard word of what the Zentarum were doing, we knew we needed to mobilize fast. But as you well know from your many years of service, they are our chief enemies. They are currently transporting a bar of adamantine by way of mag rail to the city of Neverwinter, where they intend to turn it into decorative metals for some of their just ridiculous and vile officers. As Acquisitions Incorporated, obviously, we need to stop that. We're going to steal that bar and bring it back to me. I've chosen you four specifically because of the tasks you've accomplished for us in the past. I know you won't fail me. Best of luck. Be sure to see the armory on your way out. And with that, again, no acknowledgement of any of you. He turns and walks right back out the door that he came in. Mira, you notice that he did not pay any attention to the stuff missing from the desk.
Woohoo!
Encouraging bad habits.
Yep. And so now you're all just kind of standing there in this room, sort of. That happened. Now, and you all are well aware of the fact that you've never worked for Acquisitions Incorporated before. You thought you were answering a sort of a like getting hired type job position to be new interns. So obviously something's not quite right here.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I in my retirement just travels. I work for a lot of people, but guys, I've never been here before. Am I in the right room? Because I haven't worked here before. Have y'all?
No, maybe they're mistaking us for someone else. I think we should go with it.
Yeah.
Sounds
that
like a
kind of
better
place.
opportunity.
Oh yeah. I came all the way here.
Well, I'm fairly new at this, but I will go along with this for now.
Sounds like more rewards might be in tune if we're, a little bit higher up on the totem pole.
That's a fair
Yeah.
assumption.
Yeah, let's roll with it.
Okay. So are you guys gonna? I'm assuming you're gonna exit the conference room and head back towards the lobby.
He mentioned
No,
something about an armory.
We should definitely head towards the armory.
Very
They
good.
might give us free stuff.
But we have to act like we know where we're going.
True.
Uh,
Hmm. Who has an armory detector?
I mean, can we just start?
I'll handle this. I'll just walk up to the nearest person and be like, I need a new sword. Could you remind me where to get one?
Sure. So you exit the room and you see a hallway. The direction you came from is off to one side, and you do see someone passing by, and you inquire as to the armory, and they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, it's over there," and they point in the opposite direction. So you start heading that way, not entirely sure where you're going, hoping there's a sign, I guess. As you kind of wander around in the hallway, a puff of smoke erupts out of nowhere. As the haze disperses, an incredibly handsome, feathery-haired man steps forward. It's Jim Darkmagic from the painting before of the New Hampshire Dark Magics, but he's wearing a pair of glasses, and he apparently thinks that this is an effective disguise. And he says, "I'm not anybody that you know, but I couldn't help but notice that you seem a little bit flustered. I think Omen just offered you work, and I also think you may not be the adventurers that he thinks that you are."
I don't know what you're talking about. We're definitely the adventurers he thinks we are. We've been doing this for years.
Go ahead and make me a deception check.
We are the droids
Coming.
he's looking for. I mean, adventure.
No, you don't lie. You don't have good deception.
Any sword maker, carrier?
All right. It's gonna be a 14.
14? Okay. He kind of smirks, and he looks both ways to make sure no one's listening, and then leans in and is like, "Look, that you're gonna have to try a little bit harder than that, first of all. But second of all, you're gonna be okay. I would say do the job. You know what I mean? If you can pull it off, Omen's gonna be impressed, and that'll kind of bump you up within the company."
So Jim?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's Jim? What?
sir? Anyways, so where is the library here?
Library. Well, I mean, we do have a library next to the armory, but what are you looking for?
Kurt. Okay.
No,
And
okay.
this way, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're headed the right way.
Okay.
I'm just saying, guys, you know, the phrase opportunity knocks, this is like opportunity's heading your way with a battering ram. Let it smash its way in.
Oh, where's the battering ram? Which room was that in?
Armory, third door on the left.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you just told us what the armory is.
Okay, do you want to continue to converse with him or head on towards the armory at this point? It's up to you guys.
I'm gonna slyly walk by him to the armory and try to pick his pocket on the way.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand, +4. Ah, that's a 19.
19. You deftly dip your hand into his big purple robe and come out with a live dove.
Whoa.
A live dove,
live
is that what you
dove.
said?
Yeah, it sort of
I will
looks
tell
at
you
you.
this: having her as a travel companion, I have empty pockets. I gave up putting things back. I just wear my pockets inside out, so you can clearly see that there's nothing to steal.
Nice.
I'm gonna do a check of all of my.
Right. Yeah. Make sure all your stuff's still there. You appear to be good. And then let's see.
How do I address you,
No,
Dungeon Master? How do I address you? What's your name? Like when I need to say something.
You can just call me Philip.
Okay. So my character Brock, he has been watching. What's your name, Sarah?
Mira.
He's been watching Mirror, and because of his deep religious background, he's beginning to get a little bit concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe gives her a stern look, and is considering maybe telling her, "Hey, stop. You got to knock that off.
Well, burn her at the stake."
Don't make me smite thee. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful. I think it better to use caution. Just my input.
Wise words. So as you sort of leave, Jim disappears in the same puff of smoke, but this time the puff of smoke is accompanied by a John Woo-like fluttering of doves that then also disappear, and Mirror, the one in your hand, sort of looks at you and coos, and then also disappears along with the other ones.
Oh, my dove. Can I try to keep it with my animal handling?
Maybe next time Jim summons some doves, you can try to hang on to one.
Okay.
Oh, like every time it summons, it's actually going to be with her now. Like always with her, and she doesn't realize.
That would be hilarious. All right. So you make your way to the indicated armory door, and there is, as you come inside, there is it's sort of like a weapon shop in the inner city, I guess. I don't know. It's like something I've seen in a movie where the guy's standing behind like a desk, but there's like a cage, and then behind him on the wall are all the weapons lined up. And it's Joe, you feel like you're at a buffet. There's all sorts of pointy and smashy and pokey things on display here.
Fill up my plate, please. Fill it up.
And he just sort of looks at you like, see anything you want? And basically we've got any of the any non-magical weapon that you guys want to get a hold of right now, we can go ahead and do, since I have you guys with starting equipment. Joe,
he has everything in cages.
You might want something other than just a short sword. You might want a bigger sword is all I'm saying.
A long sword like this one?
Yeah. So you kind of point to one that catches your fancy, and he goes and gets it down, starts polishing it a little bit. Roy, did you want to change your gear any at all? Or are you good with what you've got? I'm not sure what your starting weapon was.
I have a double-bladed scimitar and some javelins, apparently.
Okay, right on.
I'm good there.
Okay, cool. So
Do they have a crossbow?
Yeah, he's got a crossbow. He'll pull that off and wax the string really fast, too, and set it on the counter in front of him.
I didn't bring mine.
So I just started with a quarterstaff, right?
Yeah.
Just a quarterstaff?
Mm-hmm. And that's, you can't use much besides that. If you want to pick up a dagger, you can.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool. And you can do that through the manage equipment. You can just add a longsword, Joe, and Katrina, you can add a dagger. Okay, cool. So he'll get these things down and kind of set them on the counter in front of him and be like, all right, I just need to see your requisition form.
What?
Yeah, your standard Ac Inc. requisition form. Come on. Don't tell me you left it in your bunk.
Mira, where's our requisition form?
Oh, that's a good question. I think, let's see. Does anybody have a piece of paper?
Well, she does have pens, so can't you just make one up?
I need a piece of paper. I don't have parchment.
Tear a piece
didn't we-
of Brock's robe and use that.
That is not convincing.
didn't we hand it to Jim Dark Magic on our way in here? Because he said he was coming this way. He didn't come this way.
Okay, I like where your head's at. Make me a deception check, and go ahead and do that at advantage since you name-dropped Jim Dark Magic. So for the rest of you guys, advantage means you roll twice and take the higher number. It's a very good thing to have.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. 18 was my second roll. Yeah, I have +0 to, though, so just 18.
Jim Dark Magic. No, he didn't say anything. He did come through here, though. He is in the office today, so I suppose you're on the up and up. I mean, how'd you make it this far, right?
He forgot again. Next time I see him, I'll send him back your way.
That Jim, he spends more time on his hair than he spends on the required paperwork. I'll have to
All right.
set the documenter on him again. And he slides the weapons forward, and you guys can go ahead.
Good job, Trina.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right, well, get out of here. I've got work to do. So here's a question. Are any of you from Waterdeep? And this can be kind of an arbitrary choice, but how much time have any of you guys spent in this city before, do you think?
I think I woke up in it once.
This is my first time here.
Okay.
I've been here on and off quite a few times throughout
Okay.
my years, but this is the first time I've spent an extended amount of time in Waterdeep.
Okay. So you know...
My family lived here, so I grew up here, but I moved away some time ago.
Okay, so the two of you know that when Omen says the maglev train, he's referring to the magical train that runs from Waterdeep to Neverwinter. It's like I said, it's magically powered, and it makes that journey that would normally be a 3 or 4 days ride. It can make that journey in a single day, which is extremely convenient for trade between the two big cities. These are two. So I don't have the whole big map, but because of copyright, but. We're in a region known as the Sword Coast, and you guys are in Waterdeep, and then Neverwinter's up here, like up in the north in the mountains. So it's a fair
Oh,
distance.
that's what happened. I went to a party in Neverwinter, somehow ended up on that train and woke up in Waterdeep. That's what happened.
Nice.
I remember.
Very good. Foggy memory at best. But so the two of you know right where to go to get to this train station. So assuming that's where we're headed.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. If we
Okay.
have our weapons.
Yep, all geared up, ready to go. Cool. You have... Oh, man. See, I'm not the best at this. Sometimes I forget things. Jim also gave you all tickets for this train before he disappeared, because those are important.
Oh, that's good.
So you all do have
At least
tickets.
you remember that.
Yes, you all do have tickets to board this train. They indicate that you will be riding in one of the coach cars as opposed to the luxury car. But as you...
Oh,
Can anybody cast Minor Illusion as a cantrip?
I don't think I have illusion. I can decept them maybe, or persuade them. In fact, my persuasion is better, so I think I could persuade them to let us into the luxury car.
Yeah, but they gave us the wrong tickets.
Oh, well,
Second time this-
Definitely. No, that would be deception.
Brock, can't you have them
Persuasion.
tell them that the church has a special place in coach or something?
Actually, as Brock, I am used to the modest accommodations, so I'm okay with that. I don't need fancy things like you, sword wielder.
Are we in contact with a person for our tickets yet?
not yet. You guys are kind of having this
Okay.
conversation as you make your way there. And as you
that's
approach, it's a pretty large building near the edge of the city, obviously, so that the train can kind of make its way out. And the building at first is obscured by steam, which sort of dissipates. And then there's another huge puff of steam from within the building that covers it, and then it sort of dissipates. This is sort of blocking your vision as you make your way up, but as you get to the front of the building, you can see it's just got a big opening instead of like a door. And as the steam clears, you can see this magnificent gilded, basically train engine car in the front, with a fire elemental like bound in this sort of open front compartment. It's just this huge being made out of fire. He's held down by magical looking chains that hold him in place, and every once in a while someone throws a bucket of water on him and it creates this huge burst of steam. You can hear people shouting back and forth, yeah, we're almost ready to go, yeah, it's almost just about there. And you can see there is a sort of like a conductor type person at the next car back, which is still inside the station, and then beyond that everything's outside of the building, where he's sort of taking tickets, letting passengers in.
All right, I'm going to approach him with our tickets. So I'm going to say, so we are heroes from the Acquisitions Incorporated. This must be a mistake. They've given us coach, but I feel that we deserve to go to the luxury. So I'm going to use persuasion. I'm trying to persuade them.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. Let's see how this goes.
19.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, I have +5 for persuasion.
Well, you don't look like the usual types that they send with those special tickets, you know, but I suppose, let me check. And he starts looking at his papers. I do have some empty seats, which is unusual, so you say there was a mix-up with the tickets?
Well, well,
That's probably why those seats are marked as empty, because they were.
yeah, that must be
for
it.
us.
Makes enough sense to me. All right. You got any luggage to check? No, doesn't. No, he sort of looks around. No luggage. Okay. Makes a note. No animals or creatures.
No, this
or
is
other
my
beasts?
carry-on.
We don't have animals. I don't think anybody have an animal.
Okay. He makes a couple more checks.
You shush.
All right. Go ahead and make your way aboard. The luxury car is the first one. The dining car is a few cars back, and actually, as the luxury car, you get your food brought to you. So that'll happen, you know, around the evening time. We'll provide a bit of a dinner. But welcome aboard the Neverwinter Express. Make yourselves at home. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, I do actually need some
Thank
things.
you, sir.
I'm gonna need some ale. I'm quite thirsty, and I think all of my companions might need some ale as well. So
Well, I'm not the stewardess, but once you're on board,
I'm sure you know where she is, son. Thanks so much for your help. I am going to tell Jim Dark Magic personally how helpful you were.
he makes a little note. I'll send someone your way. Don't you worry your little head. He's emphasis on little. As he looks down at you.
Yeah, I'm a.
What are you, like 4'7" or something?
I would in heels.
All right, so you make your way onto the train and find it's sort of set up by like boxes, like little boxes, like in a car. You know, when you go down the hallway and then there's a little room with like it's all little individual rooms that you can sit in. You imagine coach is probably more just like bus seating, like rows and stuff. But you find the one that's empty and go ahead and go in and take your seats. It's nicely appointed. There's cushy, you know, the benches are pretty soft. There's spaces overhead where you can store anything that you might want to store. A high elf comes by and takes your order. So you wanted ale? Did everybody want to get a drink?
I'd also like some of the gray stuff. I hear it's delicious.
I'll ask the chef. I only have 3 voices, so you better get used to them.
I'd like to order the gabagool, and if it comes on the side, I'll send it back.
Okay. And he goes and makes his way and comes back with some beverages and snacks. Maybe not exactly what you'd ordered, but it seems like it'll be good enough. And he doesn't really stick around to see because he has other people to attend to. After a couple of minutes, you hear you can hear from where you are. You're close enough to hear every time they basically steam up the engine car, and you can hear the intensity of that starting to build. And then outside, you hear the first guy you talk to, all aboard now, getting ready to leave. And then within a few moments, the train begins, you feel as it lifts up off of the ground. There's a Torin, you can probably sense the emanation of just ambient magic that's now happening all around you, and the train begins to pick up some speed and move out of the station. And
As long as we're here in this nice car here, can I search and see if anybody accidentally left some valuables in our...
In other words, she's checking the cushions for extra coins.
sure, you can make an investigation check to search for anything hidden.
3.
You do not find anything. It seems like the cleaning staff.
She fell.
Yeah, the cleaning staff up here does it seems to do a pretty thorough job.
If they didn't, I wouldn't know any better.
Yeah, so from what you can understand, from your general understanding of how this thing works, the passenger cars are in the front. Then you've got like a kitchen car, and then you start getting into the cargo cars. You didn't see... so let's talk about the Zentarum real quick. The Zentarum are a sort of a rival adventuring group. They're sort of analogous to like a thieves guild. They're kind of like you hire them to do bad stuff, but they operate just enough on the right side of the law that they're like an official group. They typically wear all black. And you have not seen anyone up in the luxury carriage at least, that would match this description. So you're probably going to have to look around to find what it is that you're looking for. Does everybody know what it is that we're looking for? Because I know he said it kind of fast.
I forgot.
It's okay. I'll go ahead and remind y'all. He said that there is a bar of adamantine that they're transporting. Right. So you, especially as a wizard, would know, and as a thief probably as well, that adamantine is a rare metal that is prized for one special quality in particular, that it is not affected by magic. It is immune to the effects of magic. So it makes great armor for those who are trying to like fight against magic users. But it's also just rare and expensive, which is probably why they're going to use it to make ornamental metals, just as a show of power kind of thing.
We have any leads as to where it would be?
Well, he said bar, so therefore we head straight to the bar. There's got to be a bar car in this train.
My friend, I think you're mixing up this English language or whatever we're talking. It's common, right?
There's only one kind of mixing I would like to do now. To the bar.
I told him to add more to his intelligence. He didn't listen.
I've got to have a dump stat somewhere. So all you know is that he said that the Zentarum are transporting this bar. So as best you know, looking for them might be a good first stop. But other than that, you're not really sure entirely what you're looking for, I guess.
So,
did you say that the Zentarum are a thieves guild, or are they?
They're very similar to a thieves guild.
Okay, so they're considered criminals?
Yeah. So they operate just enough on the right side of the law where it's not like you can be like, oh, guards, I saw a Zentarum over there, and they'll just go arrest him. It doesn't really work that way.
But the Pinkertons.
Okay.
They're sort of like the Pinkertons, yes. Their reputation, though, is that they're the ones you go to when you need something nasty done.
Okay.
And so when you say bar, does my character, like, we don't know how much, right? I mean, in my mind, I'm picturing like a gold bar.
Mm-hmm. But that seems like a safe assumption.
Surely, all this trouble, there's more than just one little bar of it.
Well, I mean, if we happen to find more, then might as well take it.
Obviously, that would be in the cargo.
Something tells me here is going to stop you, ma'am.
I don't know if it's going to be in the cargo.
Right, what's
Hey,
cargo
Mara,
seems too obvious.
Mara, in all your dealings and all your thievery, have you or do you know anybody within this guild that you could possibly maybe get some information, even maybe persuade them to give you some information about how to find this bar?
It's a good question. Do I know anybody, Philip?
Well, you've already pulled out of town. But, you are connected with a couple of other local thieves in the area. But it doesn't seem like any of them are on this train.
How many people are in
Okay.
the car?
Cool. So there are 10 of these little box cars on this car, all of which are occupied in various states of, like, 1 to 2 people, 4 or 5 people. There's one of these cars has 6 people crammed in it. You think it's a family traveling because some of them are
When you say
children.
car, do you mean room on an actual train car, or do you mean?
Yeah, sorry,
like,
I'm probably mixing up my words, but yeah, you guys are in the luxury train car, and within that car there are these little rooms, I guess.
The
Um,
Lataran probably won't be in here, though, is what Philip mentioned before, because it's luxury status. So we may need to go back to coach.
that is
So,
certainly doable. It's kind of your standard sort of train arrangement where between the cars it opens up to like the little platform where they're connected, and it's open air, and then you go into the next car.
so I would like to use my disguise kit
Okay.
to dress as like one of the people, like a concierge or one of the people that like walks through to check on people.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Go ahead and make me. Oh man, what am I gonna call this? So you're proficient in disguise kit, right? As a thief, I'm pretty sure. It should be under your proficiencies for tools.
It's in my tools.
Okay.
Yeah, the disguise kit is in my tools.
Okay. So go ahead. Oh, hi, Freya. There's a kitty.
There appears to be some animal behind you,
Oh, no.
dwarf.
Freya's decided to play. Okay, go ahead and roll your d20 and add your proficiency bonus for the kit, and then go ahead and add your charisma bonus, because half of this disguise is going to be your ability to act.
Charisma. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Well, I got a nat 1. So I got a 4 total, but I got a nat 1.
Okay.
You brought the wrong costume.
So basically what happens is you dig through your kit, and you just don't really have the supplies to pull off. Like, they're sort of wearing a uniform, and you don't really have, like, they have like a little hat, and you don't have anything like that, or that you could try to make that out of. So you're not sure you're going to be able to pull this off.
Okay, my backup plan.
Jump off the train.
I have a costume. I have an entertainer's costume.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dress as an entertainer now.
Okay.
We'll just say like maybe a dancer.
Are you kicking everyone else out of the room first, or?
I don't really care.
Okay.
It's fine.
Brock covers his eyes out of respect for a sword maker.
Avert your eyes.
I have a plan, guys. I'm gonna go to coach, and I'm gonna pretend I'm an entertainer, and I'm gonna go look through the rows and see if I can find the Zintara room. I should be able to recognize them, I think, because they're kind of like me.
I think that's a safe assumption. Yeah. Do y'all want to follow, or are y'all going to hang out here while she does this recon? It's totally up to you guys. So I ask a lot of questions, especially, sorry, this is a side note, especially since y'all are somewhat new to this, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm not trying to be too leading. So if I ask what sounds like a leading question, like, do you want to follow her? That doesn't mean you need to follow her. That's just so I know what's going on.
Follow her.
Yeah, you just need to know where they are.
Is there a bar car on this train or not?
Oh, gosh.
You're certainly welcome to look for one. Although you have had alcohol delivered to you so far.
Yeah, you already drank some. Don't forget that.
Yes, but there's nothing like sitting at the old wooden bar and having a drink.
You might be able to find the Tyron there too. So
that's possible.
What kind of security are we looking for in this? Is this thing, this object we're looking for? Is it heavily guarded?
You don't know.
We don't know where it is yet.
Yeah, you're not sure. You would assume that there's some sort of either people guarding it, or maybe they have it in some kind of a special locked thing. But you really just from your previous adventures, people don't just keep treasure in the open typically. because of people like Mira. So you're not sure, but it's safe to assume that there will be some kind of security in place. As far as the train goes,
so I'm going to...
you have seen a single guard sort of patrolling the car. He mainly hangs out by the front, and then he'll walk back and hang out kind of by the back. He's just sort of guarding the 2 doors, but it seems like he's more guarding the train from outside threats than he is looking for threats on the train, at this point at least.
Mhm.
I'm going to follow this one and observe her entertainment. If she upsets anyone, then I will be ready.
Okay, you're the
Just
bouncer.
stand at least 10 feet back so you don't interfere.
6 feet, my dear. 6 feet is
Something
the
tells me this happens a lot with you two. I will go investigate any other car because I think a group of us together looks way more suspicious than a random old wizard just milling around.
Okay.
I was going to say, I'll probably follow Torin. I'll go with... It's Torin, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go with Torin just in case.
Okay.
He needs backup. Or
Awesome.
he needs backup.
So
Sounds like a good plan.
the 4 of you get up and exit in your new outfit. I'm assuming it's jangly and you got finger symbols or something like that. You tell me. But
It's not really much of an outfit.
okay, that says it all. You make your way out into the little connecting space. The wind buffets you. You can see you're now outside of town and moving at a pretty good rate, faster than a galloping horse by a good measure. And you can see the sort of the coast off to your, I guess, to your right, and then off to the left, sort of just meadows, and you can see mountains off in the distance, but nothing too noteworthy. You make your way into the next cart, which does appear to be one of the coach cars. Like I said before, it is set up sort of bus style with the seating. Still pretty nice seats, but it's like, it's 3 seats to a row instead of 2, and everybody's a little bit more in their business. You got to share an armrest, all that kind of nonsense. The car goes back. The cars are all about 120 feet long by about 30 feet wide, just in case that becomes important. And there are many rows of people, and a lot of them are empty. It's not like a super crowded train. It looks like further back, obviously there's another car further back, and you do see someone, as you enter, someone gets up, kind of looks around, and then exits the car heading towards the next one back. But there's this passenger car, so you can stop at this one and do your thing, or if you want to continue on, you guys let me know.
Who wants to follow the suspicious character?
I can't follow the suspicious character like this.
Let's check out this character, Torin.
I thought we were-
No, y'all aren't there, Roy.
Oh, we're not there. All right, we're going the other way.
Well, the other way leads to the engine, so there's
Oh, so
only kind of one direction to go at this point, but you can
Yeah.
either
Let's go.
one of y'all stops or keeps going or what. So okay, so Mira and Joe, are y'all staying in this first coach car?
Could we tell if it was a Zentarum, the person that we saw?
Sure. It doesn't. He wasn't wearing all black like you would like. So the Zentarum typically wear all black leather, long coats. They look sort of like Molgoths. And this guy does not have that appearance. However, make me an insight check, all of you, and Mira, make that at advantage for me.
Okay.
So you roll it twice and take the higher number, and you're going to be using your insight skill.
I got a 14.
Me too.
Oh, I got same thing, 19 twice.
Okay.
Wait, Roy, did you roll a 14? Or did you...
Like
I
that.
roll a 4.
And then
You said
you add
roll
your
it twice,
insight.
right?
Oh, that just Mira is going to do this one at advantage,
Oh, okay.
and I'll explain why when I get the results.
Joe got a 7.
Okay. So Joe
I
barely
couldn't
noticed
see
this
very
guy.
clearly.
Yeah, Joe barely noticed this guy because he's looking for alcohol, which he is not. What'd you get, Brocken? For your
I got the higher number was 14.
Okay. So Brocken and Torin, you definitely noticed this guy. He does seem to be acting somewhat suspicious. Mira, you definitely think he's up to something. Just the way he looked around, like you've made that look before. That's a look of, okay, is anybody watching me do this? Somehow he didn't spot the four of you, just the way things timed out. But he definitely seems like he's up to something as he sort of just slinks back into the next car. But you do not think that he is Zentarum.
Can I try to use my disguise kit again to look like a Zentarum?
I think you could probably come up with an all-black outfit, but you'd need to go back into your a private place to do it, unless you want to unless that's your dance routine.
Is there somewhere I can hide to do it?
Yeah, not here on this car, but I mean, you do have your private box back in the other one.
I'll just go back to my box.
She has this dance called the reverse tease. She starts partly clothed, and then she puts things back on, and the dance
entertainment is this?
It's all the rage down at Baldur's Gate, but up here it just isn't going over well. No, okay, you can do that.
Well, while she does that, can Torin and I go and maybe kind of keep following this person, or
sure.
At least keep an eye on them?
Sure thing. So you make your way into the next. We'll go ahead and split the scene. I'll get back to you two in a moment. I'm pointing below me because that's where they are on my screen. But Mira and Joe, I'll be right back with you. The camera will follow Torin and Brocken as they sort of make their way through, come past somebody here, and make their way through the next car just in time to see a drunk halfling come out of the back from the next car back. So you just entered this car. From the next car back, you see a drunk halfling sort of stumble in and bump into this figure that was coming by. And he sort of just, gives him a look of like, hey, what, watch where you're going. And then passes through into the next area. The drunk halfling very loudly apologizes and starts stumbling towards the two of you like, I was trying to find the bathroom, and they said it's not that way. Have you seen the bathroom?
Hey, Torin, what do you think?
I've not seen the bathroom. I thought it was back there, too. What's back there if the bathroom's not back there?
I don't know. There was just a guard, and he told me that was cargo, and that I needed to turn around and head back up to the passenger cars. Just trying to take a leak. I'm about to just take a leak over the side.
I think I saw the bathroom a couple carts that way.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him to leave.
Thank you. He's a halfling, so he's like hobbit size, so he sort of reaches up and pats you on the midsection. You're a fine gent.
Tall,
I do appreciate. Pats you on the waist. I do appreciate it. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm about to pop. And he sort of makes his way and continues up the other way. Okay, and then we'll go back to Mira and Joe. So Mira, you got enough stuff in your kit, and you can kind of flip some things around and apply some dyes. So in about 15-20 minutes, you have an outfit of all black leather. How convincing it'll be to an actual Zentarum is maybe up for debate, but it certainly looks the part. If you want to go ahead and make me that disguise kit roll again, add your dexterity and your proficiency.
I hate everything. Dexterity and proficiency. So, 7.
7. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that. You're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah,
and we'll see how that goes when we get to it.
She knows how to take clothes off. She just can't put them back on, apparently. So
It's backwards.
Rate this YouTube video PG-13. All right, that's fine. Okay, so what do you two want to go ahead and continue back now that you've kind of changed outfits, or?
Yeah, and my speed is 35 feet, so I'm hoping I can maybe go pretty fast to try to catch up to this guy.
Okay.
But I also want to use my stealth when I get close.
Okay, so you're trying to move fast, but not necessarily look like you're moving fast. Okay.
Well, if I can, shouldn't she meet up with us and talk to us about what we found or heard before she goes? I don't know.
You could. I was
I'm
going to
a
say,
rebel.
I was about to get back to what you two are doing. Do y'all want to continue trying to follow this guy, or do you want to wait? It seems,
Are we still
so from the information you've gathered, it seems like he's trying to, or has accessed the cargo area. Go ahead.
So are we all
Okay.
still in the car right now?
You two are, Joe and Mira have gone back to the luxury car to change.
Okay, so should we wait for them to catch up to us? Or go on? Or,
How far away is the luxury car?
It is one more car up. So you went through the first passenger car, and then you went into the second passenger car was where this little scene took place. And then the luxury car is the very first car. So it's luxury car, coach car, and then beyond that, according to your information, is cargo.
If you had to say how many feet away she was from me right now.
What are you trying to do? That's
privileged information.
Oh, excuse me. So if the cars are 120 feet and you're fairly near the front of one and she's fairly near the back of the other, I'll say she's 160 feet away from you.
Then all I need to get within, I just need 120 feet and I can message her.
Okay.
So
if you want,
She
you can
only
make
had
your
that
way
done.
back into that first coach car and message her from there.
okay. Well, I'm sorry, Roy, what is your character's name?
Brocken, I guess, at this point. Brocken.
Okay, so Brocken, I'm just going to get within range to send a message because I don't want us to lose eyes on how many people are coming in and out of this door.
Okay, I'll stay here and keep watch.
I'll be right back. So I'm going to go just within enough range to send a message to Mira, and I'll prompt by saying, Mira, you're not going crazy. It's Torin.
You suddenly hear this voice just appear in your head, probably while you're like mid-stitch.
And I can feel her thoughts becoming cloudy, and I have to say, you can hear me, I cannot hear you. But I can feel you're trying to talk back to me. We're in the coach car. Sorry, my cat is trying. We found the, what did you call it, storage unit. So can we all meet in the coach car real quick?
I can't answer you.
I'm going to
tell
look
her
through
to
the
meet
window to see until
I'm like,
Meet us
I'm
there.
like, Joe, we have to go meet them in the coach car.
Are you hearing voices in your head again?
You be quiet over there. Just listen to me.
Okay.
Do what I say.
So while this is happening, Brocken, you see the guard patrol that's kind of been happening does continue to happen from the back of the car where the guy slipped through, where the halfling got turned around. That guard has now turned around and is coming through the car towards you, and he's muttering something about damn halflings pissing over the side of the car, and comes past you.
Okay, now at this point, I'm thinking I can either hide or, I mean, I don't know if I should, if this would warrant kind of knocking them out, kind of clearing our path.
So there are, just so you're aware, there are passengers on this car. So anything that you do will have witnesses. But
Got it. Kill everyone. No. Okay. I guess at this point I would assume I would just pretend like I know what I'm doing and maybe evade.
Okay. He doesn't seem to be coming at you or anything. In fact, he just sort of does the awkward like sidle pass when you meet in the aisle, because I'm assuming you're still standing up in the aisle.
Yes.
But he doesn't pay you a second mind. He seems to be concerned with not getting pee on the side of the train car right
Gotcha.
now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I'm just basically just waiting for the team.
Okay. Do y'all want to go ahead and reunite at this point?
I would suggest it.
Cool.
We can go ahead and reunite.
Okay. So as Joe and Mira, as you pass between to the luxury car and the coach car, you see a halfling being sort of harassed by a guard, And he's like, what? I was just trying to find the bath. And then you sort of pass through and reunite. You make it up to the next car and reunite with everybody. Brocken, go ahead and make me an insight check really fast. So roll a d20 and add your insight bonus.
Roll a d20. I got 17. Wait, just one time?
Yeah, just once.
Okay, I got 17. Where's insight? Hold on.
It'll be under your skills.
Oh, gosh.
Let me look on the phone.
Oh, +3.
Okay, very good. So 20. So you're pretty sure, just from the patterns you've observed, that is the guard that should be standing in front of the cargo car. So as far as you're pretty sure that right now the cargo car is unguarded.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think we should just all hurry back there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought you guys were back there already. Not yet?
No, because we met up with you guys in the coach car.
Oh, okay.
Not with him.
I'll just
No.
try it.
You guys just passed the guard and the drunk guy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and say you guys have reunited, and Brocken, you can go ahead and share this information. But yeah, it seems like a good time to try and do your thing. Oh.
Okay, so guys, I just saw the guard. I think this is the guard. I'm pretty sure this is the guard that's supposed to be guarding the cargo. I say we try and see if we can't find this. What is it? Adamantine.
Adamantine.
Yeah. Adamantine. What say you guys?
So yeah, it's an adamantine bar or a bar of adamantium, I guess. Anyway, either way. Cool. So you make your way to that opening, and you see there is indeed no guard there. This door you can see through the window that this is a different looking sort of car. There are lots of crates and things stacked up, and the door, however, is locked.
Oh, I can pick a lock.
You can.
I can do it.
Okay, so that'll be a sleight of hand check.
Can I suggest something real quick while we're doing that?
Sure.
I don't know if it's important. Should we send someone to maybe just distract the guard just in case, buy some more time, anything like that? Or are we pretty good within the distance and time?
I mean, we could just have a lookout or something if you want.
You're gonna pick the lock, so you guys stay there. So either me, Torn, or Sword Slayer.
I'll watch out for the guard.
No, I think Torrid should, because she can send a message to us.
Oh, good one, Torn.
Yeah.
Okay. So where do you want to post up to do that? It shouldn't take very long, but just are you gonna just kind of look through the back window? Or are you gonna go back into that coach car?
So from the coach car window, I can vaguely see into the storage window car.
Yeah.
So I'll be at the very back of the coach window, just pretending I'm reading a book because I want to stand there and read a book.
Okay. Sure. Okay, what'd you get for your sleight of hand?
13.
13. That is not quite good enough. Unfortunately, this lock seems to be just beyond your abilities.
Dang it.
Can I smash it?
That was my next question.
Certainly try to smash the door open, yeah. Go ahead. What was your question?
Go for it.
No, that's all. I was going to ask that same thing.
Okay. Yeah, you certainly can. Roll. So that's going to be an attack roll against the door, which isn't going to be hard to hit because it's a door. So just roll me a d20 and add your longsword attack. I'm assuming you're using your longsword, whatever weapon you want to use. Add that attack bonus.
Yeah,
Right,
longsword good.
Do I have to do this?
Just roll that, babe.
Okay.
See if you hit, and you add this to it. That's
So 15.
15? Okay, that'll definitely hit the door. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
So now you need a d8.
And then you're going to, it'll have a plus to add to that. It's just your strength.
So 9.
9. The door smashes open. It's a classic, boom, on the hinges,
Yay!
slams against the back, and just sort of swings. Torin, you heard that, but it doesn't seem like anyone else was paying enough attention to really be concerned by it.
I'm going to just cough
Oh,
really
my goodness,
like,
coffee.
Ugh.
All right, the door stands open before you.
All right. I think we should just all go in and search. You think?
Wait,
The three of us at least.
or whatever. Shouldn't you? Can you look for traps or something like that? Is that a skill you have?
I can.
Yeah, if you want
I
to
don't-
check the place out, that would be like I would take a perception check for looking around, see if there's any sort of traps or anything like that.
I got 9.
Okay, you don't see any traps.
Awesome.
that may or may not mean anything. That's the thing too. Is like I'm not,
Well, y'all
anyway.
can do a perception check too.
Yeah, everyone can look around. Also, if you want to start checking out the stuff in the room, like what's actually in the crates, I'll go ahead and take investigation for that.
Okay, I'm gonna check the crates.
Okay, go ahead and give me an
I would do
investigation
that
roll.
too. I have 15 investigation.
I got a 1.
Okay. You are struggling to open the first crate that you come to. I think you're probably like on the hinge side of it, trying to open it. You know what I mean? But you just can't quite get it to go. Mira, you start rifling through some crates, and it's a lot of basic sundries, bags of flour. You find one crate that's full of sawdust. You're not sure exactly what that would be for, but it seems to be pretty mundane items. Go ahead, Joe.
I didn't fare any better. I got a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Doing this to a box.
One job, Joe.
Definitely sounds like there's something in there. Torin, what are you up to? Are you still in the car?
I'd like to start pacing towards the front of the car
Okay.
and see if I notice that guard coming back this way or not.
You do. He is starting to head back towards the thing. He's at the front of the car. It's a 120-foot car. It's going to take him a moment to kind of casually walk back to his post, but he is headed back that way.
So I know I keep using whisper, but as soon as he gets within range, could I try to impersonate the voice of the halfling who he had the confrontation with and yell some bad words at him and talk about using the bathroom off the side of the cart again?
Okay, sure. I'll let you tell me. Do you want to use deception for this, or do you want to use performance for this? Basically, whichever one is better for you, I'll let you use.
Performance.
That kind of makes more sense to me anyway. So go ahead and make me a performance check to try and imitate this halfling's drunken speech.
13.
13? What do you say to him?
Okay, so they said no pissing off the side, but they didn't say anything about
Okay, I'm gonna roll for the guard to see if he thinks this is weird or if he just goes with it.
Oh, it's weird.
Ooh, and I rolled 12, so you beat me by 1. He turns around and sighs, puts a hand on the club, like the billy club that's on his side, and turns around and starts headed back in the opposite direction again.
I am going to walk as casually quickly as possible to let our friends know that I can't do that trick. Like, I can't buy us any more time. We probably have maybe 5 more minutes before we're finished out.
All right, so
yeah, I'm gonna walk that way if I can.
Cool.
Run away!
Torin rejoins the rest of you now in the cargo car, comes through the smash door to find you guys just waist deep in crates, but not really finding anything useful. You can tell there are more cars further back, so it looks like you might have to continue your search. But Torin, you said you had something to say.
Yeah, so I think I maybe bought us 5 minutes, but the guards are going to start coming back this way. So we need to either hurry this up or get ready for this to get a lot more loud.
Can we do a perception check to see if anything in the room stands out that we should pay attention to?
Sure.
Yeah, any crates different wood than the other crates?
Nice. Sure. You can give me perception or investigation, either one.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody that wants to. That's fine.
I got a 9.
I got a 22.
Okay.
13.
13, Joe.
I got 11.
11. Okay. So the three of you don't find anything interesting. However, Mira does find one chest kind of tucked back in the corner that looks to be nicer than the rest, of a higher quality from a different source, probably. You manage to open it up, and there are 3 flasks inside of what is known as Alchemist's Fire. Alchemist's Fire, yeah, it's sort of like a Molotov cocktail.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm definitely taking those.
While she's investigating it, can I quickly try to put the room back in order, like hide the crates we looted behind crates we didn't loot, so that if the guards walk in, it doesn't immediately seem amiss?
Yeah,
or is
sure.
This,
go for
is
it.
This okay.
Yeah, you can do that. And while you're doing that, you don't even need an insight check. The door might be a problem.
Yeah, Joe. I mean,
I
Sword
don't think we
Master.
can fix that door, in other words.
Okay, new plan, move as many crates as possible in front of said door.
Yeah, block the door. Good idea.
Well, I mean, we gotta get out first.
We're going to go to the other cars behind it, right?
Oh, we're gonna go out the back? Okay.
And
I
throw,
didn't know there was a back
and
exit.
throw the Sword Master on top of the boxes, just for extra protection.
Yeah, I have +0 to strength, so if anybody wants to help move these boxes, you are welcome.
I won't necessarily require a roll for that. So are you going to, like, kind of shut the door as best you can and then put crates behind it, basically?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That absolutely happens. And you're not sure how much time you have until that guard comes back, but once he does, things might start to kick off a little bit. So, what do you guys want to do now? You've managed to block off the door.
Okay. As a precaution for me, I'm going to stand basically after the boxes. I'm going to stand right there, kind of guarding it, just in case the guard gets through.
Okay.
Because I can't open a box.
So are we waiting?
All right, I think that we probably should head back to the next car, guys, and see what's there.
Yeah.
Seems
Do it.
wise. Okay. So you head back into the next car, and you see this car looks to be of the car itself looks to be of a different manufacturer than the other cars. Whereas the other cars were like a deep, dark stained wood with golden accents, this car appears to be made of all metal, and it's painted blue. And actually, as you stand on the little platform and look at the door, above the door in big red letters, it says, Luskin Circus of Wonder and Delight.
This looks fun, guys.
And actually, while you're there, the train sort of makes a bend, and you can see that the next car is also of this blue metal construction, and has a lot of like wild animals painted on the side of it. And then beyond that, there is one more car that looks like the ones that you had already been in. And then that is the end of the train.
What do you think the chances are they hid it back here, guys?
Huh.
I don't know. I kind of want to investigate it anyway, just because it sounds fun, and maybe I can.
That's what we're going to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is weird that they bothered putting the circus cars in the middle of the regular cars. Why wouldn't they just tack them on the end?
Are we up? Are we at
Like,
the end?
isn't that how a train? No, we're
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
Three
so
more
there,
cars.
there are
The cars
three,
behind you.
3 cars behind you. The third one
Oh,
being the
okay.
end. Yeah.
Huh. And as the third car, it looks like the cargo box, or it looks like another passenger box?
It actually looks more like, it kind of looks like the luxury box, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
weird.
Huh. Well, I say we investigate.
Yeah, I can only do this twice, guys.
What are you doing?
Okay, unseen servant. So it's a spell that creates invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force that performs simple tasks at your command. So he's invisible. So I could send him to walk ahead of us to go look at that very last car. Because it's so weird that there's a luxury car at the very end of the train after the circus.
Looks like our heroes have gotten more than they bargained for. But there's no turning back now. As they formulate a plan to send a magical spy ahead of them, danger is already afoot. Will our heroes succeed in robbing the villainous Zentarum? Find out next time on PhillyCheese Gaming presents The Train Job, a D&D 5th edition adventure.